Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you for joining the diversity workshop for comprehensive exams. I'm Dr. Viviane Pecanha. For those who do not know me, I am serving as the department chair for the online International Psychology Department. And today we will be going through strategies. We are going to be talking about specific areas that are included into the diversity comprehensive examination. So can someone just tell me if they are seeing in their screen the welcoming page for the IP Resource Café?
Yes, we can see it, Dr. Picanya.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So this is what I suggest you to do first, okay? Go to the IP Resource Café. The best way to navigate, in my opinion, of course, do whatever it works for you, is to go to modules. Let me put a student view so you can view exactly the way I can view exactly the way you are viewing. So you're going to see several modules here. You will need to scroll down to comprehensive exams, okay? And before going depth into the content of the diversity workshop and the comprehensive exam, I encourage you to go ahead and look into this module, open the page of written comprehensive examination. There is information here to contextualize you about when the comprehensive examinations they happen. We in the IP department for the IP PhD students, the comprehensive examinations are offered in every first term. That means fall 1, spring 1, and summer 1. If you do not know when you are expected to do your comprehensive examination, what you can do is you go to the IP Resource Café, you go to the modules, and you will see here your 3-year course plan schedule, okay? When you click on that, you will need to know what is your cohort. If you do not know what is your cohort, you will need to know to look for the correct schedule considering the term that you enter the IP PhD program. So let's say you enter the IP PhD program in spring 1, 2023. So you are cohort 43, okay? And you go ahead and you open your course schedule plan, your cohort schedule plan. This only works if you did not take leave of absences or you withdraw for a period of time. And if you did have a leave of absence or if you withdrew and you came back, your cohort course schedule will not be the same. So you need to contact your faculty mentor in order to know when you will be taking your comprehensive exams. And I will be going over in a minute who are your faculty mentors if you do not remember their name. Usually I send a welcoming email to all the students in the term that they are entering with the information of their faculty mentors. But again, it's absolutely fine if you don't recall that. I will be going over that in a minute. So with this in hands, and if you did not take LOAs, or if you did not take, if you're not withdrawn from the program, you will be looking for the course IP 925B. Okay, that is Written Comprehensive Exam. So for that cohort that started in Spring 1, 2023, which is cohort 43, they are anticipated to take comprehensive exam in Spring 1, 2025. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I took LOAs. I withdrew from the program. So who are my faculty mentor? Go to IP Resource Café, modules, faculty mentorship program. So Dr. Roblin Luder is your faculty mentor. If your last names starts with A and go through I, and then again, if your last names starts with S and go through V. Dr. Alicia Eubanks is your faculty mentor if your last names starts with J and go through R, and then again, W to Z. In the case that you are contacting your faculty mentor and you are receiving an out of the office message because that faculty is off on that specific term, please don't hesitate in reaching out to me. I will be more than happy to assist with any questions you have. Okay? Here it is. So the next step after you read that, I recommend you to go and take a look at the study guides. We have here the policies in terms of the written comprehensive exams. You need to pass your written comprehensive exam, and you need to pass your oral proposal defense, which is part of the comprehensive examination, and also IRB approval in order to move to IP 903. Okay, so that is when students, they do the data collection of their studies. But let's go back to where we are. In the written comprehensive examination diversity. So here you are going to find the study guides. All of them are here: diversity, ethics, foundations and history, and research methods. Okay. So I recommend that you download. So downloading the study guide. And let me bring to the screen. And I have a few screens in front of me. And once you download, you're going to basically everything that it's included here. It is what the faculty is used in order to assess the knowledge that you have related to diversity. The course reference for the diversity comprehensive exams is IP 805. How many of you already took IP 805?
I already took it because I'm scheduled for the exams in the fall one.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So, of course, in order to do the examination, you need to take IP 805. And your course schedule is organized in a way that you will be by the time of your comprehensive exam, you already took all the courses that are required for you to take the comprehensive exam. So let's focus here on the specificities about the diversity comprehensive exam. When your term comes to do your comprehensive exam, you're going to receive a message from Victoria Martinez, the department manager. And in that message, she will explain to you when the comprehensive exam window will be open. So what does that mean? All students will be able to do their comprehensive exams during a specific period of time during the term that they are taking the exam. So for instance, fall 1 term. So fall 1 term means that students will be, the window for the comprehensive examination will open on the Friday of the first week of the term. Let's take a look on when that is going to happen. So let's take a look at the academic calendar. Here it is. The term courses, fall 1. So the fall 1 terms, it starts on August 28. August 28 is a Monday. So the window will open for the comprehensive exams on September 1st. And I am taking fall 1 as an example, but this is the way it is for all the other terms as well. So for instance, if you're taking on spring 1 term, so the first day for the term is January 8th. So when typically the window opens? The window will open on January 12, 2024, okay? And the window will close after 15 days. So that means that students, they have 15 days to complete all their comprehensive examinations. In the message from Victoria Martinez, you will receive a link to sign up for the comprehensive examination. You are enrolling the course that it's called Written Comprehensive Exams, but you will need to sign up identifying the day and the time that you would like to take each exam. And you can take the exams during that specific window anytime. Let's say you are a night person and you do better things during the night. So if you want to schedule your comprehensive exam at 9 p.m., that's absolutely fine. If you want to schedule, you are a morning person, very, very early morning person, you would like to schedule at 6 a.m., that's fine too. Basically, you're going to have 5 hours to complete each comprehensive exam. And you can do 1 exam at a time. So you can schedule, for instance, diversity to do on Sunday 4 p.m. You can schedule the other exams in the following days. So as long as you identify the day and the time, Victoria Martinez will send you the code to enter Canvas, that course, and you will need to include the code to take the exam. The exam will say in Canvas that it's a quiz, but it's not a quiz, okay? That's just the terminology in Canvas. All the comprehensive exams, they are not quizzes, they are essay questions. Each comprehensive exam will include 2 major case studies. And each case study will have several questions, and you will be writing down in a Word document, APA style, and you will submit at the end of the 5 hours. You need to make sure you submit that at the end of, before the end of 5 hours. Otherwise, Canvas will close and you will not be able to submit the exam. So make sure you have a timer helping you with everything. I'm going just to make a stop here to see if you're following what I'm saying, what I'm sharing, and if you have any questions.
I have a quick question, Dr. Picagna. So we do it in a Word document. Is it as formal as having an abstract and all that, or simply just answering the questions and making sure we do the references APA style?
Everything needs to be APA style, Lisette, meaning needs to have a page, needs to have an abstract, needs to have references. And by the way, you will be able to use the study guide. You will be able to have the references. So what I'm sharing with you now, for instance, the document that I was sharing before, you will have access to that during the exam.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely. So once you are inside the exam, there are the questions, the case, and there is a rubric. We do not distribute the rubric before the exams. So the rubrics are inside the Canvas when you put the code. So it's not like, an assignment where you will receive the rubric before and you can do the assignment. So what I recommend you to do is read the case, read the questions, and then read the rubric, okay? The rubric is the blueprint that the faculty will use in order to grade your exam. All exams will be graded using that rubric. So familiarize yourself with what we are looking for in that question. So read the case, read the questions, read the rubric, and then start responding the questions. I know the anxiety sometimes take over us, but I really recommend that you do in this specific order. Okay. What about if I experience like an extenuating circumstance and power is down in my area, all of a sudden I lost connection? You will not be penalized because of that. Right away, when that happens, send a message to Victoria Martinez. If it is during business hours, weekday business hours, we will probably respond. She will probably respond in the same day. If it's during the weekend, she will respond, once she resumes working, and we will figure this out. It's not because, something happened with internet or power or something that you will be penalized about that. So I just want your anxiety to decrease in terms of that. Or if you do not know if you were able to submit the document correctly, you're not seeing that, it's kind of funny. Send an email to Victoria with that, with that document to her. Okay, I'm going to make another pause here to see if you have any questions. All right, so far so good. So let's take a look at specificities for the diversity exam. For those taking the exam this coming fall 1, we do have the recordings of the workshops for ethics, research methods, and foundations and history in the IP Resource Café. Let me go and share that with you before diving again. So this is the link. This is the video for ethics. Go ahead and watch that. If you have any questions, you can contact me. I am the reference for ethics. So for foundations and history, this is here, the link to the last workshop. It's a video too. If you have questions, please contact Dr. Roblin Luder. For research methods, the link is also here. If you have any questions, please contact Dr. Alicia Eubanks. For diversity, at the moment, I am responding for all the questions, so feel free to contact me. At some point, we will be assigning diversity to another faculty, but for now, I am your reference. Lisette, were you going to ask something?
No, I was just thinking, I have, you know, I try to get ahead, and I have been looking at the stuff. I just wasn't sure if the material was going to be updated. So I'm good with what we have, and even if it says 2022, that is still what I'm guiding for my study guide, correct?
Correct,
Okay,
because the courses are the same, the references
okay,
are the same. They
okay,
did not
perfect.
change. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
No problem. No problem at all. Okay, so let's take a look at diversity. What basically we will be looking for? Majority of the focus will be on the application of the theories that you learn in diversity into specific scenarios. Although there may be a few questions that may ask you to identify and name or provide a definition of the core concepts, but majority of the focus is on the application of the concepts. So let's say, for instance, that you learn, and we are going to go over the concepts in a moment. So let's say, you learn the concept of cultural awareness in one specific scenario. So there will be questions asking you to apply the concept of cultural awareness into other scenarios, into other parts. So this is basically how it is going to be. As I mentioned here, apply diversity concepts to cases, acknowledging international psychology role, building towards skills and competencies in cultural competency. Go ahead, Lisette.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm, one of the ones that is taking it just in a few months. So, do we need to look because when I've taken comps before in clinical psychology, I did like study guides and we had everything typed. Should I be looking at any other type of reference, or like if I'm looking, for example, at identity and self, or are the books mentioned enough, or should I be looking for other research that has those concepts for when I'm writing my answers?
So if the question is specifically asks for a specific author, then you need to follow the instructions.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the main references for diversity are the Handbook of Word Families from Adams and Trost, and psychology and cultural thinking, feeling, and behaving in global contexts from Van. Okay. And these are the do you still have your hand raised, Lisette, or do you have another question? Okay, good.
No, that was a mistake. I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened. Sorry about that.
No worries. So these are the major concepts that that you may need to discuss, apply, evaluate, compare, contrast into the scenarios. I'm not saying that all of these concepts will, all the questions we will ask about all these concepts, but all these concepts are the concepts that you learn in the so far, or will learn until the moment you do your comprehensive exam. So the concept of identity and self, and all of them, they are discussed and defined in those textbooks, okay? Cultural competence, interpersonal, intrapersonal, context, social political context, social cultural context, social economic context, host-fed theory. So if you're talking about that, you will need to talk about the 5 cultural dimensions. Each cultural dimension can be considered one diversity core competency, or core concept. Cultural awareness, cultural sensitivity, intercultural interaction, which includes, for instance, intercultural communication, cultural worldview, acculturation, privilege, gender, stereotype, prejudice, discrimination, and bias. So these are all the concepts that may be addressed in the comprehensive exam. Or if you are asked to discuss core concepts, make sure that these are the core concepts that you are discussing. Okay. These are examples of exam questions for diversity. That does not mean that your exam will have that question. So imagine you have been asked by a global organization to be a consultant for a project. Your role is to provide thoughts on whether or not the organization's social media handles project diversity, equity, and inclusion. So this may be like, one of the cases. So the first question is, identify and define 4 diversity concepts that will guide you in this role. Make sure that the 4 concepts that you are identifying and you are defining, they are in this list. Okay. Second question, how will you apply the 4 diversity core concepts to your thoughts on diversity, equity, and inclusion of the organization's social media and how the organization handles the social media? So let's say, you decided to use acculturation. You will need to identify and define that this is going to guide your work. And then you will need to apply the concept of acculturation into how you're going to propose, or you're going to recommend a project that focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's say, the social media has employees all over the world, and there has been issues related to to some of the employees that had to move from one country to another. and they are reporting to their, you know, the ones that are working social media, they are reporting to their superiors that they are struggling with issues about, you know, with the process of understanding the new country. So you will be applying that into the situation. I'm going to make a pause here again to see if you have any questions. All right. I'm hearing crickets. It sounds like you know, you are digesting or absorbing the information. It is okay if you don't have questions now. If you do have questions, please let me know as you continue to study. Now we are going to change a little bit gears. I'm going to the IP Resource Cafe again, because I definitely want you to look into the other resources related to comprehensive examination. So here it's a link from APA to assist students preparing for their comprehensive examination. So basically, I recommend also that you go into that, read and organize yourself, okay? It's all about planning and preparing, studying. A lot of students, they decide to do study groups. And that is absolutely fine if you want to do the study groups, contacting, you know, your peers, checking if they would like to start a study group or whatever, you know, would you like to do. And my little one is like saying, do the study groups. They are really good for you. All right, so let's go back to the IP Resource Cafe. And there is also here preparation strategies, okay? I strongly recommend that you read, you know, go over this specific document. It was developed with a lot of care for all of you, talking about parts that are not specific about, like, you know, the content of the exam, but really helping you to navigate all through preparing and planning. So for instance, here, the first one, keep all, you know, the documents from your courses, the syllabi, the notes, the assignments. You probably had courses in the past that were telling you, pay attention, these questions may resemble the written comprehensive exams, okay? Make sure you have the correct study guides. So these study guides here are the most up-to-date study guides. That one we took care for you. You don't need to worry about that. Organize the way you're going to study, right? Working on chunks on information every week. Do not let everything to the last minute, to the, you know, week prior to the exam. If you're not organizing yourself and studying, chances are that you are not setting yourself for success. Make sure you study ahead of time. Make sure, like, you understand what it's included into the study guide, that you do your due diligent work in order to be prepared. And create a routine of study, right? So when you're going to study, put that in your week. Oh, I decided that I'm going to study every Saturday, starting, like, you know, 2 terms before of my exams, or 1 term before my exam. And even like identify a place in your home that you know that there is like a place where you will be able to concentrate, you will be able to pay attention. And develop a timeline, right? So I will study diversity first, or I will study research methods first, whatever is better for you in terms of like what you think makes more sense. What is the subject that you prefer to tackle first? Sleep, eat, reward yourself, right? For the things that you are accomplishing. This is what I mentioned earlier, create a group study. And when you have questions, we are here to help you, right? We are here to help you. So these are preparations for, advices. Also advices during the exam, specific strategies. And I want to make sure that you know that we are not here to make tricky questions. It's not about that. We don't even have like multiple questions in the comprehensive exams. This is a moment for you to shine and to show to us that you know that you have the knowledge, and you not only know the knowledge, but you know how to apply the knowledge to diverse scenarios, right? You know how to use a specific concept in one scenario, in another scenario. So it is your time to shine. It's your time to show us that you know the knowledge and you know how to apply that. I believe that's all I have, planned for us today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I will open up the chat box to see if there are any other questions. January, how long are the responses? Each question, how many pages? That's a good question, Paul. So we don't have a specific number of pages for students to respond the questions. As long as you respond the questions, and again, make sure you pay attention to the rubric, make sure you are addressing all the areas in the rubric. This is what we would like to see. Some students are very nervous and anxious about, the number of pages, and I understand, I empathize. And if that helps, what I see usually, from experience, from all the comprehensive exams, questions that are well written, that are well responded, typically, each essay, like I mentioned to you, there will be 2 case scenarios. And in one case, there will be several questions, and the other case will be several questions. So in each case, typically we see around like, I would say 10 pages, 8 pages, 10 pages. But even with 8 pages and 10 pages, sometimes the students are not able to respond. But typically students that are succeeding, they have that amount of pages, considering again, title, abstract, body, and then the references. I hope that makes sense.
Dr. Pecaña, I have a question. I mean, obviously we're not going to get the exams until the day that we take the exams, but I do this for a lot of classes. I try to organize myself and, for example, do the title page with my name and all that. Is that okay to do in advance?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, right? Just to have it like kind of the format ready. So then
Absolutely.
okay, great. I just wanted to make sure that was not inappropriate. Thank you.
But I will tell you, Lisa, that 5 hours is more than sufficient.
Yeah.
In the past, the students had only 2 hours and a half.
Mhm.
And we were including like more time in case the students had like, technical problems, to be honest with you.
Right.
So 5 hours is more than sufficient.
Yeah. I mean, and I can tell like in my classes when I have papers, it doesn't take me, I mean, the research may take me longer, but the actual writing doesn't take that long. So yeah, I think that's enough time. I just like to be prepared in advance.
Absolutely. I understand that. I
Okay.
do understand.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments?
Hi, Dr. Pacania.
Hi, Marie. How are you?
I'm here. A little
Good.
overwhelmed, but I'm making it
Well,
through.
don't forget to breathe in
Yes.
and to breathe out. Not in a panic mode. Otherwise, you are just like, you're just like increasing the anxiety, like breathing 7 seconds or
Yeah, I
5,
gotcha.
7 seconds out. Yeah.
I
Go
hope
ahead, Marie.
I'm sorry. I don't know if this is appropriate to ask right now. It's very off topic, but it's about the fall semester. Is that okay?
Sure.
Do you guys have dates for that residency yet? I really need dates.
So residencies, so let me stop sharing let's stop recording. Let me see if there are
Okay.
any other questions
I'm
related to
sorry.
the exam, and then I will go
Yes.
over that with you.
Okay.
Any other questions related to exam? No. All right. Let me stop.